All right, everybody. This is a first over here. I have somebody that was highly requested that I come check out and sit down with. If you're watching now, you can see him on the screen. This is SFE Tav or Tave.
Dave.
Tave. All right, so it's SFE Tave is how you say his name. You guys asked for it. I got it. Today we are on what I'm going to call this now is the sit down. This is Smokey Approves. This is the sit down. I'm your host, Jurnalist. We have SFE Tave with us. And then kind of just how I wanted to start this off, kind of give you the floor. Introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are, all that kind of good stuff right now. Kind of set the stage.
So I go by SFE Tave. SFE stands for Shine for Eternity. My full name is Tavian, so that's
Okay.
where I got Tave from. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I dropped my first project in 2020, so only like 2 years ago.
All right.
And then from there, I've been rolling.
All right, all right. So you have you been doing music prior, and the first official joint just came out 2 years ago? Is that kind of how it went?
Um, I started putting songs out in 2019, but I
Okay,
wasn't looking to be no like real artist at that point in time. It was more just as a suggestion from my therapist to get rolling into like because when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, all the way until I was 17, 18, I was writing songs, but
okay.
I wasn't recording.
I was about to
So
say
a lot of
because the pen sounds like you've been doing the writing thing a little bit longer than just 2 years.
yeah, I wrote my first song when I was 5, and it was like Tupac inspired because that's all I listened to because my dad.
That is the West Coast influence in the Midwest is it's always shocked me how influential that like they have been in the Midwest, but then it's still like its own thing. Like they
Yeah,
influence, but then like the Midwest was like nah, like it's ours though, and how we do it because it's not really comparable to the West Coast, but it was just influenced, and then you guys just kind of took it off. Like, because I used to when I was a little nigga, I used to listen to like Ray Cash and shit. So like I've known some niggas from fucking like the Ohio area, and then I've just seen like Bone Thugs and shit like that with the Easy E connection, and then their influences over there. It's like yo, it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
yeah. I just love music in general. For real. I got a lot of favorite artists probably that people wouldn't even think I listen to them. So
Oh, hey, you know what? We are going to get to that because I did want to write that down, but in a different way, or to discuss it. I did write that down though. Now, how we actually got here with me and you doing this interview though is I'm scrolling through YouTube, like I told you off camera, like I'm or before we started recording, like yo, I'm doing the music thing, but I'm like I'm just gonna get on the camera and start talking shit, like well not talking shit, but like really going over music because I don't ever like talk shit. I really give substantive like critiques on the music if it's good or bad. So like the first joint I seen from you was oh fuck, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up so they can see it. Cause I'm like, bro, like I was like, this little nigga need fucking therapy. I'm like, I don't know if he's serious. Cause you was just going in and I'm like, what's going on? I was actually listening to it today, but I'm bad with the titles.
it's all started from therapy. So I'm dead serious. Whatever you about to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm still crazy. So I played I'm Still Crazy was the first record I'd ever seen from you. I'm like, I don't know that name. It's on my YouTube. What the fuck is this? I'm like, I
You
gotta
know,
do it. I
it's
gotta
okay.
do it. And then
At
it's got a
first, it was crazy,
video.
but it is. I mean, shit. But I was about to say, I'll answer the questions about it.
Okay,
I'll be
so when
honest.
I'm watching it, I'm just like, cause I'm looking, I'm listening, and I'm like, at first, I'm like, oh, well, the sound sounds like this, and I'm like, nah, give it like its own space, and then I give it its own space, and then I'm like, the shit he's talking about is far more extreme than the person I was gonna say that he sounds like, so it's for sure in its own space. And I'm just like, is he doing this for shock value or he getting his shit off? So that's where I want to start. Like, was the I'm Still Crazy like a therapeutic cathartic song where you like you had some shit you want to say, or it's like it's just more theatrics?
I wanted to add theatrics to it, so it's not like I ever went up and shot a party about a girl. But
Yeah.
the story I'm talking about in the song is like how I felt at one point during the relationship I was in. Not like I was really abusive, like I ain't never put my hands on a girl or nothing. But it has definitely been times where it's like I gotta get away from somebody just 'cause they got me feeling so low and so like wanting to do shit that's like out of my character. That it's like instead of like actually going to do some crazy shit, I'll just write about it, write down all the things I was thinking, all the
Perfect.
things I was telling my therapist, and then I just put it in a song form, and it just make me feel better.
Oh, for me, like I felt like it was that, but then right now in times we living in, some niggas is faking the funk, some niggas is really doing this wild ass shit, and then to me, like you're doing the real artistry portion of it, where I feel a way and I'll internalize it and then put it into a song because that's the best way for me
Yeah,
to deal
I
with
feel
this.
like if you go to any of my songs and pick out any line that I said, I could tell you the story for what I was talking about.
I'm glad you said that because it's kind of towards the end of this. I do want to go over one song for the people, just certain things I wanted to ask about because I'm just like, I know that they from some of the things they've said in my comment section, they're like, oh well, like it makes me feel like this, or I want to know about this. So I'm like, okay, like we're gonna try and go over a song, not completely like Rap Genius, where they make you go over every bar. I'm just gonna go play the song a little bit, be like, hey, now what did you mean by this? So we're gonna get to
Yeah,
that. Now,
doing that. That's cool.
I do want to point out that somebody in my comment section, that's why I kind of asked the question I asked before, was they said that the way that you do music is exactly kind of how you just explained yourself. But for them, you are speaking into reality the things that we all either feel or want to do or want to say, but are too afraid to say. But like you're actually putting it into the music. So they feel like when they're pressing play on your music, they can express the emotion at that time that they may not be able to go do. So like you might live with your parents, so you can't go punch the hole in the wall, or we're not outside really trying to shoot nobody's party up. But I go press fucking play on SFE music and be like, you goddamn right. This got me in my mode now. So like again, like I just for me, like how does that make you feel? Because like as an artist myself, like when I get those type of comments from my music, I'm like, I was speaking for myself when I wrote it, but the fact that it can be championed by other people is the thing that, like, as an artist, I'm like, yeah, like that was the real goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's really kind of like what kept me going at first. Like a lot of DMs I get is like your songs feel like a conversation, or your songs is like you're explaining how I feel like to the T, and I'm like that make me feel good, make me feel like I'm not alone. That's why I got a song called "I'm Still Not Happy," where I'm like my fans, the ones that make me feel love. I talk to them like my friends. Like when I respond to the DMs and shit like that, it's like yeah, when they tell me like my song for like a one-on-one conversation, I mean it's literally me. What I'm putting in my songs is what I say to my therapist. So it's like I'm talking to my fans instead of the therapist.
Yeah,
And then when they relate, connect with me, it make me feel like I want to keep recording songs.
there you go.
But
There
yeah,
you
it
go.
feel good. My favorite part about making music is the connections I make with people.
That I feel
If
like
I
that's the best
made
part.
$0, if I made $0 from music, I still do it every day. So.
I think that's the thing that really separates people, especially with the oversaturation of the market currently. When you
Yeah,
are doing it with the passion of, if I didn't get paid, but fuck it, like I am getting paid, like so it's okay. But
right.
like I would do this literally for nothing if I could and still be able to
Right. And
survive. Like
I just recently started getting paid for it. I was still in school up until like 3 weeks ago.
now, I, you look young enough that you could either play senior football and be on your way to college, or your like first 2 years into college. Where we at with the schooling?
Yeah, so I was born in 2000. I graduated high school in 2019.
I'm in this shit now. I'm in this shit. This nigga, I was born in 2000. This is wild.
Yeah, but then I was playing basketball. Actually, I majored in biology, and
Okay.
then I'm about to do this but I majored in biology because I kind of wanted to like understand myself. Because like with depression and shit, it is something that's like tangible. It's like detectable. And once I understood like what an emotion really was, it almost made me laugh. Like this shit's not even real. Like the way I feel right now is because of a chemical imbalance in my brain, and I felt like I could overpower like what my brain is telling like me to do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nah. Like when this shit go away, you're gonna regret what you just did. So you might as well just chill. But as far as like school, yeah, that's I learned all that through biology. I'm like fascinated by like science and biology and like how all of that shit works in your body. Just because shit I was going through, it helped me like understand myself. But what was the question? I think I got off topic.
Oh no, it's all good. I was trying to figure out whether or not you was just leaving high school on your way to like having success, or you was just
Yeah.
finishing college. So you
Nah,
was
I
just
was a
wrapping up with your AA, or you went to the 4 year?
I was a freshman in college. I took a gap year.
Okay, okay, that's what's up, man. Out here doing the biology and shit. That's what's up. Now, you did say when we first connected that you was coming back in town. Is this something you could talk about? Nah, it's cool if it's not, cause I'm like if it's
Nah,
coming back like from a dope
I,
opportunity, I want to showcase it. But if not, then like for sure, like I don't want to. I want you to expose nothing you're
yeah,
not really
I
trying to
could
talk about.
say I have got a new place.
Okay, hey,
It
shout
was,
out to the new place. You got a dog back there,
but
bro?
yeah, I got a husky.
Oh, you got a little baby husky. Okay,
Bro, it's 5 bands.
5 bands for a
I didn't.
husky, blood.
Yeah. It's because
What?
them pets taxing. I know his name's Sky though. He got blue eyes. He'll
Oh,
be
that's
alone.
crazy. Both of them are
But
blue.
as
He got
far
the brown and blue. Both blue eyes or brown
he
and blue?
they're just straight blue.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Sky, Sky the husky. Your people's gonna go crazy. Man, got a husky.
But no, as far as the city that I'm in, I don't really want to say because I had left for specific reasons.
Oh no, I'm not saying city. I'm saying like were you like come back from like a video shoot, like a feature, like were you working on the music? Is that what we're coming back from? Because if so, that's what I'm trying to highlight.
Oh no, I was up there for school,
Oh,
so I
okay. You just
left.
coming back from school. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to expose none of that. That's no, no, that's
Yeah,
out. That's out. Uh,
yeah.
you already, well, yeah, you already covered Tavian is the real name, the SFE, all that. Because I did want to ask what the name stood for. You covered that for the boy already. Now, I've already kind of told you like at least what I feel or see from your fan base, like when they tap in with the videos I'm doing. Who do you think you represent with your music, and has it surprised you that the reception, at least on my side, is very equal? You get reception from men and women for your music, and a lot of people either struggle or a lot of male artists be like, "Oh, I don't need no female fans," and I'm just like, "It's the dumbest shit ever." But like, I see your shit, and I'm like, it really bubbles because there's men and women both converging on the same thing. So, who do you think you represent with your music?
Yeah, definitely both sides because anybody can have depression. Anybody can go through something. So anybody that can relate to what I say, you gotta be going through something. So if you listening to my music and you enjoy that shit, then we could definitely probably be friends and relate or connect on something or have something in common. Cause it's not rare to be going through something, but like some of the shit I be saying, like if you relate to what I be saying, then
Hey,
like you really need a friend for real.
hey, oh God, I said,
But
hey, get this nigga a hug.
nah, for real. I mean, see, I had a lot of suggestions as like outlets, whether it was music or like poetry, anything like sightseeing, wine tasting. It was a whole bunch of shit they was trying to. Cause I was like, I don't want to do no like medication because when I had tried to do medication before, I got like hooked on it for outside of my prescription and it was just bad. And I don't want to ever like go through no shit like that again because like withdrawals and a whole
Hey,
bunch of
I
and
had a
it's I
serious.
almost got my wisdom teeth out. Got prescribed Percocets and it almost was like I can't like because like when you I had depression, got my wisdom teeth out, and then when I noticed like I was taking those, and then I was like, all right, yeah, the pain went away, but so did like the mental pain for a minute. But it was when I was taking my medicine for my surgery, and then I was like, damn. So I just kept doing it, and then I stopped because I was like, I'm tripping. Like
Yeah,
I can't just keep doing that. Like, and then that's why like when I got diagnosed for that other shit, I had to stay away from that. It was anything but medication I was trying to do. But
I
in a
feel
lot of
you.
my songs, I did talk about pills and shit. Like in Revenge of the Broken, I was like pills, temporary glue. Cause like you're gonna fall apart again, and you gotta keep putting yourself back together with those.
Cause
You
now you
can't get stuck
adding
like that.
you adding problem to the shit because you already had the mental shit, and now after long term usage of them pills, that shit's gonna turn into something else, and now you're dealing with that. Plus, now you're trying to fix what you did with the pills, and just it's a snowball effect.
Right, temporary glue. That's what I called it. That's what I
Hey,
call it. That's what I.
but for me, like At first, I'm not gonna lie, especially because like the background I come from in music, we'll say I come up like being taught to be like a lyrical miracle nigga and all that shit. So like I've expanded and understood like more so that it's good songwriting, getting messaging. So like I've gotten to a place to where like when I run across somebody's music like yours, I know to not you're not out here looking to be the fucking next Eminem or fucking Jay Z or some shit. You're trying to get across a message and then deal with whatever the fuck you got to deal with in the booth. But you're also, when I listen to the music, it seems like there's a care for you do want to write a good song. Like it's not just like when I first found
Yeah,
Lucky.
mainstream success, it's never really something I thought about. When I first went viral and I woke up with all the notifications, I just deleted all my posts. I was like, hell no. I didn't fuck with it. But then I was talking to my friend and he was like, you tripping, bro. Like, you need to get paid. Like, you're good.
Yeah, bro.
And then I was archiving my shit. And yeah, as far as like when I record songs and stuff, I'm not looking for like what will like I'm not trying to make clean songs that like I can put it on like airplay, radio, theme parks, elevator music. Like I don't really care about like streams and stuff right now. Now I made some songs like Nadia, Still Drive. And them ones is probably cool for the radio. I don't really cuss a lot. It's a story. It's kind of like more like it's not as specific because in my songs when I'm really like getting in my zone, like I'm really trying to get everything off my chest. I'm talking about like abortion, murder, the death of my friends, a whole bunch of crazy stuff. But in songs like Still Drive, I'm talking about like we was at a party, you're heartbroken, you dyed your hair. Like it's like more of like a you could put that on the radio. But I didn't make it for the radio. Like I'm
Yeah.
not about to go construct a song because I want to be able to get it playlisted and put it on the radio. Like I'm aware of all these things, but that's not really what I'm after. I'm after like I never want to get away from no matter how much success I have with music, I never want to get away from the therapeutic aspect that I approached it from in the first place. Because then I feel like I'll be losing myself. I don't want to do that.
Hey, that's good. And for me, I like the authenticity in the music as well because for most people, I think that's what's gonna be your shock value element is the openness you bring to your music. But if you can get past the shock of it, you then start to hear themes that either we're dealing with now in like today's time, or it's just like if you've lived life, there's gonna be something that you're gonna talk about that people are gonna be like, okay, what's this little motherfucker saying about this? Oh, okay, hey, I relate to that. That's some shit I've been through. You feel like that? I wish I do feel like that, but I'm not brave enough to say that. So that's where I'm like,
And then, and then it's like, how creative can you get with it? So like when I'm writing songs, it's natural. I don't just like sit and think about it. Also, I can't record more than one song in a day. I don't know how people be like,
what?
I record 20 songs, 30 songs. It'll take me all day to write. Like to write a song, it'll take me 30 minutes. I can say everything I want to say, but like as far as recording it, I think I'm too much of a perfectionist. Like I do engineer on my own music, but like I when I'm recording, I punch in. So like I'll re-say the same line like 50 to 100 times until I like how
Okay.
everything like the rasp in my voice, the pitch of my voice, all these different takes, and I'll go through and pick my favorite one. So any song I release, it sounded perfect to me. I'm excited, like, cause I know like I'll probably get bigger. I want to work with like different engineers and stuff like that.
I'm glad you
But like,
said that because I have. That's actually the next, we'll say, like row of questions, and then we're gonna have to double back to that recording process because that was something else I wanted to ask you because I before I like did the music myself, like that's actually where I started was like management and engineering. Went to school, got the music degree and all that. So like when I listen to people's music, I be listening like, oh, okay, you do because my boy David he does a lot of fucking engineering for people that like to record the way you do, and that process just fascinates me because again the way that I came in was I learned from niggas that recorded with like Al Green and shit. They had to fucking do the entire song top to bottom, hook included, one take Jake in it, and I'm just like I can't do that. Even now, I still don't do that. I do hooks and verses separate, and then if I stack enough bars, it might need to be punched like you do. But then I still do an undertake where I didn't and wrapped it all the way through, so I can then blend that in. So like I still feel like I did what I was supposed to from like how I came up. So like that shit fascinates me from how you're talking about you do your stuff now. The first question I want to ask though is three indie artists, if you are listening to anybody right now that you would like to work with. Like if you could pick anybody for a song, you're gonna get a for sure yes. That is not popular or well known. Who would you like to work with right now? They could be from your city, they could be anybody.
I haven't done any songs with anybody yet. I do get DMs like how much for a feature. I don't typically respond or say it right.
Is there a reason?
Um, I just feel like a lot of people that make music, very, I'm not above nobody. I think there's a lot of great artists. I would never be like think I'm better than somebody. I think music is subjective, first of all. So like some people hate my music, and that's fine with me. Some people like my music, and I'm cool. I think it's more so like since I'm coming from like a therapy state, and then other people are coming for like a chase the bag state. I feel like it's hard for me to connect with a lot of other artists. I would have to like really before I make a song with somebody, I really want to be their friend and know where they're from and like talk to them. I want to do songs with people in the future. I'm not against doing songs with people, but I want to really make sure we both telling the truth on the song. Like it just means a lot to me to make sure I'm 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 not vouching for somebody that's lying or capping. Like
I feel like for me, like and where I again just like how I came up, I'm like that's nigga speaking to my soul. That's the type of shit I be on like all the time because I'm just like it's exactly why I think like what I'm doing with the reviews works is because if will find this out because you seem to be an honest person. The more honest you are in this industry, the less people will want to work with you because you'll either hold people accountable to fucking a level or you'll say some shit that somebody else doesn't want to have to hear. And then
yeah,
that might
I had
mitigate options. Say again?
I had experience with this. Right, facts. I was in a studio with somebody. It was my. I was probably like this was last year, so we was in there. I was for the first time about to be like I'm about to do it. Like let's see how this go. Because when I record, like I'm saying, like I can't just go do a take and there's a different engineer. And I'm like, run me back. Because I'm going to be saying that for one bar for like 30 minutes. Like I'm not about to be in the studio with somebody in that atmosphere. I'll be like, you can send me an open verse. But anyway, we was in there and like I know him, right? And and he said, and I go first and then he go. And then I was listening. I was like, bro, you don't rap like that. You ain't never did that. And I told him, I was like, bro, I don't think you should say all that. Like, I know we in here together and like I got your back, da 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 da. But I don't think you should be like be yourself, like let's be ourselves, let's make a real record, like an authentic track. And then he was like, bet I got you. Like my bad, started apologizing. And then the whole vibe for the studio for me was like I
It's
don't even
dead
want to
after
be in
that.
here. Right? You kind of like ruined how I felt about the song. I thought you was gonna be yourself. I was gonna be mine. And then
Yeah,
ever since then, I haven't done it yet. I would, but connecting with people in the future in the industry, and stuff like that.
that was the
I'm
next one.
definitely.
So say
Uh,
right now your DMs come in. Your three favorite people that like if you put your head on a pillow tonight and could dream of your favorites and they actually hit you up by the time you wake up, who are those three?
Georgia Smith, Kanye West, Tyler the Creator.
What you know about some blue lights? What you know about some blue
Man,
lights blood?
them people like all right. So Kanye and Tyler's production, Georgia Smith's voice. I don't know because then I like for real like the way he be making his, and it's not even about like the. I just love music, so like when I first started engineering, like looking at all the different frequencies, I would like really like my mix, and then I'll be like want to do all these experiments with it, and I'm like, nah, I need to get the song tripping. I've been doing this for like a week on the same song, and I get like addicted to messing with all the different because I use FL Studio and I
Oh
got
yeah.
all these different plugins and shit. And then I'm just sitting there like, and I'm like, nah, I gotta get the song out. But there's way too many names. To say three, it was them three. But then I don't know. I have to bring a lot of people back from the dead. But
Hey, that's fair.
like,
That's fair. We'll go. If you can give a top 10, you can go. You can go 10.
all right. So my favorite artist growing up, it was Tupac, uh, all the NWA, and then we got Michael Jackson for sure. My favorite song by Michael Jackson, "Who's Loving You." Well,
Okay,
he had the Afro, but he
that's a
was
little
still with
deep
Jackson.
cut. That's a little deep cut
Yeah,
right there.
and then let me think. Eminem and Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Jay Z, Kendrick. It took me a minute to get into Kendrick because a lot of his songs at first it was like music. It was like stories, but
Yeah,
I was always looking for like not like excitement, but I just wanted bars. Like Kendrick got bars, but I'm saying like
the
there was always like
presentation. The
real
presentation
long.
is different.
I'm like I'm listening to like an instrumental, but then like once I really discovered like music is like there's more to it than just words. It's like what you say. Like in the song, I'm still crazy. Like, yeah, I'm talking about the death of my friend, but I'm explaining how bad it hurt me by saying like the messages is green when I text you. I know you don't see it. Like I'm being more specific than just like, oh, my friend got shot and he died. Like I'm saying like specifically what I went through so you can understand how I felt. And all the artists I just named do the same thing. And it's like that's where I find that like and then I like the melodic like guitar beats and the way I talk on the songs like people compare me to artists like Juice World, like Tusi, like Young Boy, Lil Durk, all these
I would
like
say
new
the
artists and I'm
last two. I would say, but then again, that's why I was like, I gave it its own space because like when I listen to YoungBoy, like you guys might do that the rolling of the T's and the R's might be similar, but besides that,
but it's
I
not,
don't really
I'm not
consider it the same
out here.
though. Well, when you
Yeah, I
rap at
don't.
that speed, that's gonna be it's a byproduct of it. So and then from where you're from, like your
Yeah, I
accent,
mean
it just leans to it.
everybody is influenced by somebody. I'll never go out and copy nobody. I ain't never all of it. Like he was influenced by a lot of the people I just named, probably without maybe even acknowledging or knowing it. Everybody was because I heard him
Yeah,
at the first song. You don't know how to make music till you heard music somewhere before. So
exactly.
you just take all the things you like and put it together. So like, but for me, it was getting outside of like just music. So that's why. And today, when it's about working with people and stuff, I want to know their personality and how they feel about the music creating process because it be bothering me. Not bothering me. I don't really care that
Nah,
much. But
it do.
when
At
artists
least for me, I'd be upset. I really be upset internally. I'd be really mad.
artists say shit like, "I'll just do it for the money," I could never make a song with somebody like that because
Robbie,
like I can't connect with you. Like I like to be like I'll do business with somebody another company. Like I'll give you money, you give me this service. But when it comes to creating a song that people are, it's gonna go out under my name. As far as your verse, that's your thing. The beat we'll pick it together. My verse is gonna be my verse. But like I just the authenticity and like I just want it to be real. Like I can't vouch for fakeness. I'll never speak on something I don't know about. I'll never I don't know. But
hey,
yeah.
you preach to the choir, my boy. Like I really like. I remember there was one time when I was coming up, like early in my music career, and the homies we all freestyling in the car, and the homie just like how you did with your homie in the studio. It was like my nigga, like we're literally sitting in this car together, my guy. Like there's no way, like you're rapping about the shit you're rapping about right now. Like chill the fuck out. And then from there, I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it. And that really helped me because one, I was willing to take that burden on of like, well, God damn it, this nigga didn't check me. But then it really showed me the bridge to like how I could get to where these niggas are. Cause these niggas are rapping life experiences, dope bars, metaphors and shit like that. I'm over here talking about having gobs of money and Bentleys and shit. Nigga, we in the hood. We are literally in the hood in a studio we built ourselves. What are you talking
Right.
about? Like you're not even talking about it in the aspirational way. You saying it like we got this shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
like
And if you freestyling, then that's like you just rhyming for real. So, but if you really trying to put that out there, like you really trying to upload that, I think that's like that's a character flaw.
Yeah, that's then
But
for
if
me.
you
Like I got that early.
just my phone's gonna die.
Oh, you good? You good? They gonna this. I think this is the part of all of because I keep all my shit. So I'm like, I think this is the part people love the most is like just keeping it real. Like I'm not trying to do no fluff, no extra bullshit. Like it's always, at least to me, I'm keeping it honest. So that's why like even just doing this interview with you is to me not even what was planned for like what I was trying to do, but like being able to talk to the artists now that are doing the songs. That's something that I've always actually wanted to do because you'd be like, well, what the fuck were you thinking here? Or like, I know you've probably heard bars from like your favorite rapper, and like it's cool when they do it in the Genius interview, but imagine if you could be the motherfucker talking to that nigga like, hey, bro, like that bar you said like changed my
Yeah,
life. What the fuck were you on that day? Like, how many cups of coffee? What was it? Like, what's going on here?
I'll talk about what I said in my songs all day because I know I have a story for it. Nobody can ever put me in a situation where it's like they gonna catch me in a lie because I ain't never lied in a song. Like if I
I
said something, I'll
got
tell you why I said it.
stand on that shit. That's the shit I be liking the most. So you kind of covered your producers with Tyler and with Pharrell, so we can go over there now. This was for me the songwriting process. I did have the question on it because for me, like you said, you wrote the joint in 30 minutes. Like you could write a song fast as fuck. That's not the I'm not gonna say it's an issue, but that's not the bottleneck in your process. Your bottleneck seems to be when you record. Now, when I record, I maybe have 8 tracks for the hook, and then we'll max maybe 6 for a verse. But that's just different takes. So like if I need to do punches in certain places to get the lines to be what they need to be. Now you're telling me you might have 12
But I ain't
takes
gonna lie,
for each bar in a
I'll
verse.
never, like literally, I'll probably never say more than 1 to 2 sentences at the same time.
That's and is it?
Like I'll say,
It's just for
and
perfection's
I'll
sake.
probably. I never. Nobody ever showed me how to record. I just started doing it like that. I liked it, and it gives me the ability to make it perfect. So yeah, like I'll say the first line, like I ain't gonna lie, it hurts me bad. I want to stay with you, evil. And then I'll stop it and I'll listen to it, or I won't even listen to it. I'll delete it right away if I didn't like it. I can hear it because I got my monitor on,
Yeah, I
so
know.
I'll just delete it. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
got the monitor too?
Yeah, like
I'm
my
saying
voice.
because like when
Yeah,
I don't like hearing my voice while I record. Like I'll have
I
the
got.
one off so I can hear it like this, but don't put it in
I
my
had to train
headphones.
myself because it confused me. People would come to my studio, like my friends, just like there's only like 2 people that's ever came to my studio, and like when we be in there, they be like, "Can you turn my voice off?" I be like, "Fuck, nigga, like." Turn your voice off. Like I gotta hear myself because I do the take so rapid, I can hear it right away. Like nah. So like, and I'm still not happy. I was like, what I say at the start? Uh, fucking. Oh yeah, I'm not in love with you no more. I know I'm just a text. I probably said that like that's a simple ass bar in a low voice. I probably said that shit like 30, 40 times. And
That's
then
so.
I was like, this the one.
I get in those situations where like, you know, you write them freestyle songs, so it's like 2 3 minutes of rhymes straight back to back. So I'll get into those situations where I'm like, I know how I wrote this. I should be able to say this in one take and have enough breath to say it. I'll get like 2.5 minutes in, final last 6 bars, fuck up on that last fucking third bar to the finish. And be like, oh, well, delete that bitch. Got to do it all over again. I'll be doing that shit for like 45 minutes. Like, fuck, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I just like, I
I be
gotta just,
doing one line at a time. If I could grab my laptop and show, hold on. Matter of fact, give me like 20 seconds. I'm about to grab my MacBook real quick.
all right, boom.
I mix in FL, which is right here, but I'll be recording in GarageBand still.
What?
So this is what my recording shit look like. This is all one bar at a time.
That's one, that's a verse?
Yeah, this is 4 bars. Right, this right here, that's 4 bars, and it's one line at a time. I'm gonna see
Oh
if you
my
can hear it.
God. This is so,
Hold on. Oh, this was some unreleased shit, so they about to if it plays. Uh, it would play,
Yo,
but it's just one line at a time.
that is
Like
crazy. That is
the
crazy.
first line say, the first line say, "You sleep better next to me," and I stopped it, and that was it. And I reset that shit probably like 20 times.
I'm just for when I do the punches, it's literally because I want the bar to come off clean and I understand the importance of either removing or having a breath in a moment. So most people actually they'll start keying in on your breath. So that's why I chop mine out for the most part. But I only need to do the punch if I can't get the bar out cleanly and then be able to remove the breath. That's the only reason I'll do a punch. And that's it.
Yeah, nobody ever taught me
Hey, no,
nothing.
your process
I
is your
start.
process. It's just for me is somebody that like I'm really keen on the songwriting process, and I really I really take from other people. Honestly, like I really look at like how people do things, and I'm like, especially if it's something I can't do or I don't feel comfortable doing. So like, not like you're an auto tune artist, but you're an artist that uses melody with auto tune, and then you try and say some shit at the same time. So that's what makes it to where, okay, for me, this boy got a bag of tricks that I don't normally dig in. Let me listen and see what he does. So now, like, oh, like this is how you do your process. Like it just to how to the
Yeah,
music sounds to hear this is how it is completed. I'm like that, and I know how it works. I'm like that just is crazy. That's crazy.
somebody had asked me before, like, how your voice be high and then low and then high and then low, bar after bar. Like, I'll be like, what do you mean? Because I didn't know people did it differently.
Well,
Like,
it's not
I
even
know
that.
people did it, but
So
it's
what you
like
do
I
with
didn't know.
that is you do dynamics in the way that you planned how something should be heard. A lot of the people that do are asking that question, they don't understand that part of it. So it's not that you're doing the punch, it's the fact that when you wrote it, you intended for it to sound high and the next bar to sound low. And then you want that bounce. But innately, this is just something for music, like theory. Like when you have good dynamics, that's what makes your music really listenable because it forces the ear to
Yeah,
stay active versus those monotone people. It's a real niche motherfucker that can just be monotone the whole time and just be like, oh yeah, he's really
yeah.
killing it.
I'm gonna say, like, you're like something like, well, either that my songs like you can't, you don't, people don't really like skip them because you want to hear what I'm about to say next, or even if you already heard it before, some shit like my energy carry you through the whole song or something like that, and it made me feel like it's like every comment I get, it'd be like reassurance to like keep doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm definitely open for like constructive criticism. I know whether it's the process or whatever. As far as criticism though, about like what I say, because I have ran into some shit where it's like somebody's like, "Yo, like we can get you on the radio, but you can't say this, this, and this." I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
But if it's like recording process or like producers or engineers, if it has anything to do with quality, my ears. But as far as like how to be placed in playlists and get on the radio, like I'm aware that not only is it like a certain way you're supposed to make songs, whether like because if you want to get like sponsorships and shit, like the songs not necessarily have to be clean, but to put it on the radio, like you can't be as specific as I get on the songs. And if I'm not as specific as I am, the music don't feel good no more.
I'm about to
It's
say
like
if I
I'm
don't hear
making
certain bars, I'm gonna be like, not yeah, I'm gonna call it spade spade. And I'm gonna be like the boy playing pussy. Now I'm gonna call it. I now understand he's trying to play the game because I talk about that with a lot of artists that I cover on the channel because some artists are way ahead in their careers because they're fucking massive deals. They didn't signed up to the machine, so like I get why this song sounds this way. But last week you was just outside speaking to a nigga soul, but now you out here doing ba da ba 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 for McDonald's. I get it, but like for you, I'd be like from what you're telling me, I'm like, yeah, the music would be super like unauthentic if I'm not hearing the boy say, like, yeah. Matter of fact, let me ask about that. The bar about the funeral in I'm Still Crazy. I think that's I'm Still Crazy, where you're like, she fucking admitted that she cheated on you at the funeral.
all right, so I'm basically saying my friend that had passed away when his girl was speaking at his service, not nothing to do with
Like,
me.
I know.
My
I'm saying
friend,
like, so that she really did that shit though.
yeah, she really got up there and
Jesus
was
Christ.
basically saying like, To be 100% honest, I feel very guilty standing here. I want to get something off my chest to everyone, make it clear that I was not always faithful in our relationship. And it's everybody's first time hearing some shit like that. I'm like, this is supposed to be a peaceful, like,
What the
everybody come
fuck?
together. And I'm like, you're stupid. So that shit made me feel like what I wrote about.
Yo,
I
but
didn't know
that
what
shit stuck out because I'm like,
video.
that's a fire bar though. But like, because it's also, again, like the theatrics of it. It's like, do I want to know if it's real or not? So like, when I listen to a lot of like street artists
It's
on
not
here,
like I actually heard,
say,
but it's like, it was my initial thoughts. That's why I told my therapist, like, that shit made me want to do this, this, and this, and instead of doing it for real. But it's been, I mean, that song is a story. Not my other songs aren't stories of things that I wanted to do.
yeah,
My other songs are things that actually happened. But
okay,
this story was that it felt bottled up, like it was bothering me. I wanted to do these things and I didn't, but I got it out of off me in a different way. The
yeah,
other songs, like any other song, it's not really like a story that I'm telling. I'm just telling you something that has already happened, like past tense,
okay,
not
okay.
like a yeah.
Well, I
So
was
like, I
just
mean, yeah, if there was any
that's one of those
sentiment,
bars for me. Like when I heard it from you, I was like, hey, that's the for me. Like I said, I come from like a more lyrical background, so like when I hear that in a song that's like the type of songs that you write where you're just getting shit off your chest, I'm like, oh, there's the flair of like, oh, he's got a little lyrical miracle in him too. He's trying, he's doing that shit too. I feel like, yes, this is what makes the records dope to me. So I'm like, I fuck with that. Now, I saw in your IG video that you were promoting a show. When is the show? And then how important are the stage performance? Like how important do you think those are? Like actually putting on a good like performance live.
this is gonna be my first one. It's June 18th. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. And how important are they? I think that they're like, if you want to have a good career, you want to really connect with people, seeing you in person performing the songs that they've been relating to, I feel like that's like well, it depends on what you're saying it's important for because there's different aspects. Like it's important for growth. It's important for creating like a marketing budget because it shows us the most profitable part of a music career. But for me, what's most important is like getting to like seeing the tickets roll through because I got this little form people fill out where they put their Instagram in there. Just because like I like to go back and see if people I've talked to before I bought a ticket. And it's like getting to meet the people that have that are claiming they went through the same things I went through. I think that that's like amazing. It's like then we all in the same room now, and we all relating to all of the same stuff. Everybody here could be friends. Like it's just a good or like it's a good atmosphere for me to
Okay.
be a part of. Where I'm accepted,
So you trying to create the
but
tribe?
on accident,
Hey, well
it all started.
that's how it should be though. It's very natural. That's the focus on these type of elements to me. Like I just the things you want to see if somebody is going to want to have a sustained career. So like now that like I get to sit down and talk to you, like I have questions that like I can't ask while I'm doing the critique because like most likely most people that do music they're not going to sit down and watch it or like their fans are not again like I was trying to explain like they're not as active or vocal like on both sides where they're speaking to somebody who's doing a critique and then they're hitting you up as the artist like hey you guys need to connect so something else can happen like a lot of people's fan bases are one-sided. They don't go talk to the people that do the reviews, or they don't go talk to the people that are the actual like superstars because they're like, oh, well, they're too big. They might not listen or whatever. So like, I think that having that is like really dope. Now,
Go back to what I was talking about. It kind of feel better like you gotta to compare like a radio artist versus somebody that just gets just as many streams, but oh they don't get awards and shit like that. I would rather be an artist that don't get awards and stuff because it just feel more connected. It's like I'm not gonna say speak up like say people's names, but there's artists in the industry that don't get awards and don't be on the radio and stuff, but it's like a part of their image. Like not getting awards is actually almost like a promo.
that
It's better for them that they don't get awards.
when Pusha
It's
T
like
said, award shows is the only time you bitches can rob me on his album, I was like, damn it, that's my
Yeah,
nigga. That's right.
that's
They can't
hard.
fuck with
That's
you, Push.
hard.
They can't fuck with you. I was like, God damn. Like,
Yeah,
you're right. Like, for certain people, it is like part of the brand. Like, yeah, he may not get the
yeah,
Grammy, but we know he's that. We know he's that guy out there.
right. Some of the most streaming artists don't got no awards,
Wow, that's
and it's
facts.
because their image is more fitting for someone that is not accepted because their fan base don't feel accepted. So if they're the person they've been looking up to starts getting accepted by all these people worldwide and they're no longer an outcast, but the fan base is all still outcast, they can't even connect with or relate to bro no more. Or her or whoever it is. So it's like the label knows we gotta keep him more personal. I don't even know how I feel about working with a label just because the music industry is so like
It's WWE, my brother. I'm just to let you know now. It is the
right.
WWE.
And that's
You
what I'm saying. Like, it's not
now,
something
if you want to
I follow.
participate, like if you keep your head
I just
and
really
participate, and you know what you're participating in, you will have a good time with the process because you are not fooling yourself. Like, oh well, I got a job at McDonald's, but I plan to make Whoppers when I get up in this bitch. And it's like, my nigga, you work at McDonald's. Like, you're here to make Big Macs. Like, if you go in knowing you're gonna make a Big Mac, but this Big Mac's gonna get you X amount of cash, and you can square that, you'll be straight. Niggas go in there talking about, I'm about to make a Whopper at McDonald's, nigga. Be like, why won't they let me make Whoppers?
right. So like what I did was I got my own LLC. I started booking my own venues. I got my W-9 business insurance. Started
Okay.
doing everything by myself. So now if I want to work with somebody, I'll be a part of making a contract. I'm not about to accept a contract that I had no part in making. So like I get to do all my own things, and I can buy my girl whatever she wants. I can pay out my bills. I can go get food whenever, and I'm good. Like, I'm happy. I'm happier anyway.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. It's still like I still go to therapy regularly.
Okay.
I still uh I'm not. It's not like I'm just out here like a wild animal, but like before I was when I was a little younger, it was like not that I was just uncontrollable, but I wouldn't listen to nobody except for my own thoughts. And never went
Hey,
like
I think we all got that
good,
period.
just because like my first tape, right? My first tape, Violent Dreams, Beautiful Nightmares. When I made that, it was all about like I don't want to be the way that I am, but like I done got so deep into problems with so many people that I cannot stop being the way I am because there's still a lot of people that don't want me like here. So
Nigga gotta
it's
survive.
like right, it almost like you in survival mode. So then I started making songs like Paranoid, and then I stopped. All right, so like manifestation, karma, and shit. I believe in that. So I stopped making songs speaking in speaking past tense or third person as if I was dead. Cause I made a song called Problems. And I was like, Mama, they got me. I'm talking to you from the grave. Like you told me this was gonna happen. Don't cry, I'll be okay. Like, and I deleted that song and I prayed and I was like, yo, like, cause I just feel like music is like powerful. Like it's almost like if you think back, like back, like when it wasn't like genres like hip hop, R&B. Like when I'm talking about like rituals, like
Yeah.
Egypt, like flutes and shit. Like they was like trying to summon shit, and it's not like I would ever sell my soul or do no crazy shit. Music to me is always therapy, but I just feel like there's definitely some shit we don't know when it comes to music.
Hey,
It's
that's
like
facts.
when
That
I
shit
get chills in
powerful.
my arms listening to my music. Right, like if I listen to my own songs, like I get chills, and I'm like, it's just music. What is happening
Nah.
to my body?
That's how
Like
you
it's just
know
a whole
that
bunch of shit.
that's how you know it's that fire. Like when you wrote it, you was like, all right, that
Yeah,
shit was good, and then you recorded it, and then you press play, and you like, damn, what was inside my brain is coming out of these speakers, but it sounds way better than it did
everybody
in my head.
Everybody already know I'm crazy, and this might sound crazy. Another reason I started doing biology was because I was so like scared of like not understanding what was like whatever the force really was behind. Like I don't know how powerful this stuff really is. I was really trying to figure it out, almost with like science. Like why do we get chills? Da 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 da. Like, I have so many questions. And I'm a conspiracy nerd for everything. Like I be all into a whole bunch of shit. And I scare myself. I was like, I gotta try to explain some of this shit with science. Like I
My man's
gotta
like, I need
figure
answers,
something out.
goddammit.
Answers.
All right, now we got the last few questions. What I'd like to know is, especially now that you let me know that you're coming off of school, what are your plans for this summer? Like, you trying to get into more shows? You trying to do a mini tour? You going on tour? Dropping multiple projects? Where we at with it?
I want to drop a tape called Chosen.
Okay.
I like my tape short. Like I don't like long ass albums and stuff like that. That got more than like
What's short for you?
all my short for me is like nice. Every tape I've dropped has been nice.
Okay,
It's
that's
only
your
been
thing.
3 tapes.
That boy got. I
Yeah,
got a 9 clip for you, real quick. Here you go.
yeah. It's like you get to take it all in. You can listen to it from top to bottom. Everything is like there's no like interludes and like skits and I don't. I'm not. I like some of those. But for me, I would rather be more like get straight to the point. Like this is what I gotta say. This is
He
how
like,
I
I
felt when
could
I was
do.
making this.
I could do another song instead of that interlude and get some shit off.
Right. For the summer, the way we break it down, I do Shine for Eternity A, Shine for Eternity B, Shine for Eternity C. A is just the first 4 months of the year. B is the second 4 months of the year. C is the third 4 months of the year. And then I kind of just do my plans in like 4 month increments. So for
Okay.
the summer, which is Shine for Eternity B, um, I have some like I want to work with like YouTubers, TikTokers, and just try to do like a lot of marketing. But we're gonna target like specific cities, so I can do shows in those cities for Shine for Eternity C. So it'll
Okay.
be in the winter, but and I want to try to carry that into 2023 because this is my well, for real since May, like when I booked my first venue, that was like my first time saying like I'm gonna try to actually get more recognition. I'm gonna stop deleting my posts, and I'm gonna like accept this attention that I'm getting, even though I didn't really fuck with it at first.
Hey man, it'll help you, especially from just what I'm hearing. You are squared away in certain ways, or you're at least introspective enough that when you're going to come into some of these things that come with this, like the people that fuck with you, they seem to fuck with you. So you're gonna have people that want to come see you at a show. So you're gonna do well. When people do well, but they're not aware of what that can do to them, or that hey, I'm not being how I was on Tuesday because it's Wednesday and I'm acting like this guy. You might wake up and be like, oh, okay, I realize that shit. Most people won't, and then that causes issues. So it seems that you might be in a good place for all of that, and the fact that you use music for the therapy foremost seems to be something that I think would also help you in the long term because a lot of people do this, bottle this shit up, and then they get into this and they're not aware of like again like it's wrestling at a certain level. Um, it
You
turns into
got
wrestling. Like it just does. There's nothing you could do. Like you yourself, you don't have to turn into a wrestler, but when people love you, like if you wake up tomorrow and 8 million people in North America love you, you're in wrestling. You don't have to be a wrestler, but now you're in the wrestling league. You're up there now talked about with everybody else that they want to be wrestlers, but now you're up there. And you don't have to play the game, but like now you're up there. There's nothing you can do. So that's where it's like, well, if I'm up here, you can make the choice to not be a wrestler. A lot of people don't make that choice. A lot of people are like, well, God damn, this is a lot of good money being a wrestler. And then you're like,
right. Yeah. I'm good. I got like I was about to say. I got my girl. I got my brain under control. I don't want to be unhappy when I get older. It's not something I've been able to get away from even right now. But I know I'm headed in the right direction though.
hey, well,
As
more
far
power to you on that because I do also like the fact that you're honest about the mental health situation and stuff because a lot of people either fake the funk and they just try and act like they have problems. It's like, bro, you just had a bad day, my guy. Like, there's people that are really dealing with something. Like, chill the fuck out, or stop fucking like binge drinking for a month and a half and then be like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, bro, you're literally hurting yourself. So, uh,
Right.
last couple ones. Your most recent project, what were your favorite two songs on that project? Like, what would you think would be the best two songs off of there for people to check out?
But I'm still crazy on that tape. I think the best two songs for people to check out. I'm still not happy and probably insecure. They're
What were
kind of
these?
calm.
These were both
Yeah, them was
suggested.
off the newest. Oh, for real?
Yeah, they were like, hey, you need to do this one next. You need to do this one next. And I'm like, hey, man, like they're coming in, but like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. But like, they were like, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to get to it. I promise you.
I'm at look because I didn't even get to
I'll link you.
I didn't
I'll
know.
send them over.
All right, back for sure. And then the tape before that was Meltdown. And my favorite songs on that one probably Forget About You and Suicide. And then I got some singles. Or not actually Forget Suicide and Forget my two personal favorites, Forget About You and I Hate Being in Love.
That's
But
another
I
one
like
that they were like, yay.
Meltdown. Meltdown is like my favorite tape of myself. Violent Dreams and Beautiful Nightmares probably that was like my intro into like how can I explain how I feel in the most creative way possible. Like that this tape starts out with the line, I just want to break from reality. I was singing it and then yeah. But I like Revenge of the Broken probably like when people are like, oh you make music, like what let me listen to a song, I'm like Revenge of the Broken. And I made that song. I wrote that song when I was like 17. I recorded that song when I was 19. So a lot of the songs I recorded, I wrote when I was like 15 and 16. But I didn't know how to
Okay.
record back then. I just
All right. Now, the last one, well, we got two more. I wanted to go over a song with you, and then uh, one of the fan questions was they want to know, do you speak Spanish, bro?
Mi español está mejorando, pero no es bueno. I said my Spanish is getting better, but it's not good.
Oh,
My
okay.
girl, my girl from Mexico, she's only been in America for like 9 or 10 years, and her family don't know English, so I'll be over there speaking Spanish the best I can. I
I
made a
don't.
song that's completely Spanish.
Okay, because I was like, yo, when I got this, I'm just like, yo, are they fucking with me? Like, why would they
Nah,
ask this?
but
Because like
I,
everything I've heard, I'm like, I ain't even heard them use like a Spanish slang or nothing yet. So I'm like, what?
right,
It was very out of place. But okay, it makes way more sense now. Hey, that's what's up, bro.
yeah, me and her, we good. We going on the way for sure.
Okay, my man's locked in. My man's locked
Her
in.
name's Nadia. For
Okay.
anybody listening, no,
Shout out to Nadia. Now, I wanted to go over, I believe it's Suicide.
bet
So let me pull
that's
this
a good
up.
one to go over. That's a good song to want to go over.
We'll see
I got
like
you crazy.
I did. I'm Still Crazy was the first one, and I just pulled that one on my own. And then they showed up, and they was like, "You need to do Suicide next." And I did Suicide, and then they was like, "You need to do all these other ones." And I was just like, "God dang!" Like I didn't think anybody's gonna start showing up, man. Then they'll be like, and they'll be show up for real. And then
All
just out
right,
of
I'm gonna
nowhere, they
have
was
to
like,
post
"Boom."
like. All right, yeah, we
Uh,
should be able to. But
so
yeah, I'm
what can I? Yeah, I'm just
Hey,
gonna
I like
play
the
it, and then
guitar.
I'm gonna just start asking.
I'm gonna call this
the whole
Meltdown.
entire tape
But
meltdown
don't make it the first song. Make it like the
was
fourth one.
literally I recorded that whole tape in the month of March of 2021. But
Okay.
everything that happened at the end of 2020. So that whole entire tape is about like the same span of like 4 months. It was from like October 2020 until like December 2020, January 2021. So everything I talk about in that tape happened at the end of 2020.
All right. All right. Now I'm going to, so you could hear this, because I believe this is how this is supposed to work. Oh no, I can't do it like that. Darn it. I guess I just have to play it on my side, and I'm just gonna have to ask you, where can I find? Are your lyrics on like Genius or something?
Yeah, they on. They should be on Genius.
Okay, okay. We're gonna pull up the lyrics then, cause then I could just ask
But
you a
some
specific
I
one.
don't even put my stuff on Genius. It's actually one of my fans that does it. Like
That's
he
even
be
better, bro. That's fucking how you
yeah.
want it to be. That's like, that's premium.
My manager Yomosa, he did a lot of my songs. So my manager Yomosa actually reached out to him and let me know like should we like compensate him for like how much he's contributed to like your search engine shit. And I was like, yeah, like whatever you want to do, just hit him up. I don't really have to really have anything to do with it. Let him know I appreciate him though.
Yeah, bro. Like having it, like just reaching out and saying thank you. Like that's the shit people want. Cause I'm just like, bro, like people go their entire
Yeah,
careers and never have
somebody
a
that
fan that activated.
I DM back and forth with him before, cause he like there's a few accounts I can pick out as like my first like original
Yeah,
like that was like I don't even want to say fans like supporters like friends for real like people that I could relate with. Cause if you like I said, if you listen to my music, we there's got to be something. You fucked up too. If you like my music, you fucked up too, or you lying to yourself.
hey, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I also, now that I'm looking at this is because, oh, man, the way he structured these. So yeah, I guess I'll show. Hold on, I'm gonna make a screen so people can see this. Because I'm like the way that he structured your song. I'm like the way it looks. Your verses are super short, but the hook is long as hell on Suicide. Is this accurate, or do you don't even think about it like
I don't.
that?
I do not specify like this is a hook, this is a verse. I just be recording. I do it in like I change my flow every 4 bars. Other than that, I don't do nothing else.
I did notice that, but that's to me that's
I don't do
crazy.
nothing else.
Do you discern it
After
afterwards? Like afterwards, are you like, oh well, that
I
was the
feel
hook?
like whatever I say in the beginning of the song, I might copy and paste it once and then
That's it.
say something else, and that's it. That's it. So, because it's like I don't want to ruin my story. It's a
He said I
story.
didn't want to
Like it's
ruin
not
my
a song.
story. Hey, and this is again why I'm like,
I
hey,
really like
oh wow,
a song. It's like a story. It's like the way I thought about it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna say everything I gotta say, and then what I said in the intro, I'm gonna just put on the end of the song. Y'all enjoy it. Like I try to make it 3 minutes, but I'll be cutting the beat short as hell, and I don't do nothing for streaming purposes. Like, oh, my songs are shorter for streaming purposes. It's just like this is all I have to say. This is the story. It's over.
that's to me that's
And
crazy. That is crazy.
yeah, that's all.
Cause now hearing that, now looking at this, I'm like, he's got the intro, he's got the verse being like 4 bars. The hook is at least a 16. Then you have an actual 16 verse and another 16 bar fucking hook. But my man said, nope, it's just the story blood. There's technically
Yeah, I
no
ain't
hook.
gonna lie. Edit this verse one and put the whole song there.
That's
But I mean, it's not
crazy.
like he's an expert or nothing.
Oh no,
He
it's
just
the
was
way
doing
he
me a
hears
favor.
it. So that's why it's like it's crazy because that's how he heard it. I'm hearing it from you, and then the way that like when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's for sure the hook. That's for sure the hook. He did that on purpose, and like you did do it on purpose, but it's like probably only the one time. My boy just said he only copied and pasted it just to the story's over. So now you can hear this part again.
Right, literally. Yeah, yeah. What it's a look like. Is it melodic? Is it what is it like? Is it how many parts it's supposed to be? Where it's supposed to be at? I don't know. I just feel like I like how my voice sounded. This is what I wanted to say, and I'm gonna leave it right there on the part of the beat. And be it.
Hey, my boy, you breaking up?
Maybe some when I
Okay,
first started
you're good
making
now.
songs. I was
I was
all
like,
right.
no, I was like, it
Am
went
I
crazy for a second.
blurry?
You're good now though.
All right. Have I been blurry at all?
Nah, you've been good. You've been good. That's why I'm like the audio just went crazy for just a second.
All right.
All right, now there was a couple bars in this song that I was just like, it's crazy. The bar.
I don't. I answer any question about my songs because I mean they out in the world. It's not like I'm about to. It's not no secrets. That's what I chose to talk about. So
That's why I'm like, man, you know what? It'd be easier for me to just hear it because I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just
we
hearing
could
it.
just. I was gonna say I don't know if you chopping and screwing the video like before you put it on YouTube, but we could just go through the song
Oh
and then
yeah.
I'll talk about the bars.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So I'm gonna just play that joint, make it easier, cause then I can just hear it, and then I can hear it.
Hey, I like the guitar. I'm gonna
Hey
call
man,
this
that's also something
meltdown.
else I wanted to ask you. Where are you like? Are you making your own beats? Are you working with the producer? Like, can dudes send you beats? Like any of your fans that like they produce are like, yo, I want to get sent on the beat. They can submit.
I be buying this off YouTube links.
Ah, bro, you broke up again. You said what?
Uh, I just be buying beats off YouTube. That's
Hey.
it. Off the link, and I'll be like 500 for the exclusive. Damn, I'll do it, but it's gotta be like a. I don't know. You can lease a beat until the song get like 500,000 streams or something. So when my songs do that much, then I'll be getting the exclusive rights.
Okay, okay,
But until
okay.
then, it's released. But I mean, shit, producers do be DMing me and they send me a beat pack. Uh, they be like, "Can I send you some beats?" But since I don't really like operate like that. I want to work with all these different producers, but I want to. It's like when they send me a beat pack, it's because they had seen like, oh, he's going viral on TikTok, and they send me some beats that like I wouldn't use, and it's not really like you gotta send me some like SFE Tave beats. If you really want to work with me, then let's make it a little more personal. No matter who it is, whether it's a producer or a marketer, or we can get you verified on Instagram. All these people that wanna da 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 da. It's like I want you to know who I am first. You gotta,
Okay.
cause it's like, but yeah, I
Hey,
wanna.
a lot of people be too just willing to just to shake hands, and it's just like, hey man, have some goddamn integrity about yourself, bro. Like,
Yeah,
calm down.
and I don't even. Yeah, like I like to connect and make everything make sense first. I don't like to act off impulse with because it's like you get fucked up. And people take advantage of you, and I'm not somebody that's easy to, like take advantage of for real.
Hey, that's good, man. Be aware, man, because these goddamn vultures. There's gonna be very few ferns. There's a lot of vultures out here, so it's good that you're like, hey, man, I'm locked in with the misses, and I'm not out here on no bullshit, and I'm staying away from anybody that is not for me. That's it. It's good square, good square.
That
Now, you're not gonna be able to hear it, but everybody that's watching this video will be able to hear it, and then I'll be able to hear the lyrics. So then I can start asking you about certain bars that when they come in the song, or just like what I particularly like wanted to know, or just like what I thought was dope about the song, like when I heard it.
Hey,
that's cool with me.
don't make it the first song, make it like the fourth one.
So when the
I
intro
like to
now,
forget about you a little bit. Mama said be strong, said it ain't your child, just leave it alone. She said
now this for suicide, is this a personal story or somebody else's story?
This is a personal. The whole meltdown tape is personal stories that
Okay,
happened to me.
okay. So this is before the shit you got now, and you got all squared away. So this is a real situation.
Yeah, the whole entire song really
My boy
happened.
been going through it, goddamn it. Well, I was listening.
And there's a lot of shit I left out of it.
I was reading the comments,
So
and there's niggas in the comments like, man, I was going through this too. And there's like 6 other niggas in there like, me too, dog. Me too, dog. I'm like, God damn, how many niggas is going through this?
crazy. I didn't even like reading comments on stuff at first, so I just used to go to my DMs. People in the DMs be all love. People
Oh
in
yeah.
comments. Nah, people in my comments be all love too. It be when other people post my shit.
You know
Nobody's
what? I've not
accepting.
had, at least on my shit. Like everybody's in my comment section on your shit.
Nah, like
It's all positive.
the people that's there probably they probably literally had to type in SFE Tav. But it's like, if you ever
Probably.
try to run promo, like, people ain't even heard this shit. They just be like, this is ass. You don't even hear it. You ain't even heard it. But that's cool with me. It's not like I said, music is subjective. It don't really bother me. It used to make me mad. Like, nigga, I'm not trying to make you. I ain't trying to impress you. I'm telling you, this is therapy for me, and you're ruining
Man.
you're ruining my therapy. Like, that's why I deleted all my shit when I got all that attention. I was like, yeah, this ain't really meant for like public consumption. This was literally so I could get shit off my chest. I don't even know how y'all found this. Like, well, how did you find it? Was like, I ain't ran no marketing, no promo. Like, people be finding me, like, and I be wondering, like, how do you know, like?
It's
But I mean,
I do
we can
wonder
go.
that, but it's also like with a particular sound. Like there's a certain with the sound that you're playing with, those people that listen to that shit and when they hear like that raw like emotion on record, they're like, yeah, like I'm gonna find me that motherfucker that's out there talking about this shit. It's just like I don't know how you found this motherfucker. Like I said, I just put the video up there because I just fucking around on the internet. I don't know how they found that shit, honestly. But the motherfuckers showed up in force. Like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, what's going on?
Nah, that's like I fuck with that.
All right, now let me see this next part because I wanted to like I'm just like is he really about to go through this situation? Yeah, he says it's real. He says it's real.
I think it's my fault. I heard you fucking other people
The
now.
whole tape is real. The only ones on there that's old is like Revenge of the Broken, and I think that might be it. That's the only one that wasn't recorded in that time frame.
Okay. Now,
How the fuck you suck somebody dick and try to lay next to you? Fuck that nigga for a bracelet. How you say?
yeah, one of the niggas in my comment section, it's not really for a bracelet, right, bro? Because that nigga this.
Nah, bro, that's really real. Yeah, all right. So this girl had came back from Chicago. She told me she was with her family. I believed her. She had on like a gold Chanel, like it was either an anklet or a bracelet. It was a bracelet. It was on her wrist. I was like, where you get that? She told me her grandma gave it to her. And then like we chilling one day, we sitting on the bed and like her phone screen light up, and it's a big ass paragraph from a nigga, and he's like, I bought you that bracelet, blah 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 blah. Like, where the fuck you at? Da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there like it's on her phone, and I'm like, why are you talking about the bracelet your grandma gave you? Oh, you was fucking him. He bought you a bracelet. You came back home from Chicago and told me you was with your grandma, but you was really fucking a nigga. He bought you shit. He took you out. And then you was laying in my bed with me acting like none of that shit happened. Like, that's crazy.
Jesus
But
Christ.
yeah, for a bracelet, you fucked that nigga for a bracelet. How you said that I'm leaving?
That's
Like, what you expect? Like, that's crazy.
Right, man. That for me, like, I commend the honesty because I I'm honest to a point. I'm not as open with this. I'm also not being in as crazy situations as you, so I guess I can be honest to a point. And I've not personally lived in that particular situation. We'll say I've been the bad guy in the situations, so that's why I'm just like, whoa, buddy, like you
I've
have
been on
that Joe Budden effect.
so
Like if you listen to mood music, where he just like he's very honest in his music. I'm like, bro, the level of honesty that you've decided to put into the music as a fan, I love it. As an artist, I'm like, whew, that boy on the edge, goddamn
yeah,
it.
therapy. And that's why like I didn't like because at first it was like, all right, now this is my business, this is my personal business. That's why when I first was like, I woke up and my notifications was ding. I was like, oh yeah, deleted everything, zero posts on Instagram. And then yeah, my friend had told me like, bro, you need to put your shit back up. But yeah, you know, any bar in there, I'll tell you why I said that shit. No hesitation.
Let me see what I got questions on this one.
My pain came up from violence. I feel dirty, not breathing. I told you about that. The Bible burned my head when I read it. Where do you go at night?
Yeah, this where you go at night, bar. I like how you flipped the cadence right there. That was a nice, and I thought you was gonna keep going with it. And then I like the fact you didn't. Like it becomes a motif now in the music instead of just like some kitschy shit that I just keep hearing over and over. It was smart to just like, hey, they're gonna cue in for this. Let's get the fuck away from it. So I like that because when I heard that shit, I was like, hey man, That's nice. That's a nice little touch.
I don't love you no more. All the wrong you did, I hope
And
you
I said, where do
find.
you go at night? Where do you go at night? I don't love you no more. Oh yeah, where do you go at night? It's because like I thought you was telling the truth. Like I thought you was here doing this, and then I found out not from you, but from because of your phone sitting on the bed that you ain't been telling the truth. Like shit crazy.
That shit
So that's
wild.
where that bark.
Yo, solid for me. I'm like the songwriting was solid. So I was more so like at the point of now that I'm listening to it, it's like before like speaking to you, it's more so how well is it done, and then how does it sound? So like shit like that. Like I said, like I'm really at the point of how well do people write songs? Like that's where I'm at. Like when I'm looking at people's music. So I don't give a fuck if you're famous or not. Like, did you write a good song? Because if you wrote a shit song, you wrote a shit song. But then when you do the I'm gonna try to be creative and write a good song. I'm like, okay, what little flares do we have? And I'm just like, a lot of people they'll do the where do you go at night, and they'll be like, oh, I like that run, and then they'll trap themselves inside that run and keep that same end rhyme and run over and over, and then they're just like, well, doesn't it sound good? It's like, nah, bro, you beat that shit to death. Like you don't make it something that
Right.
people want to hear again. So that's why I was just like, when I heard it, or like when I was driving around picking up shit today, I'm playing the song and I'm just like. Yeah, I like that bar. I like that bar. That's nice. That sticks out to me because for me now, I'm like really, really analyzing the song. So that's why I'm like, hey,
Right.
that was something I wanted to talk about now.
And I don't know what's wrong with you, but I can say I'm tired. The scars that you put on your body made me believe when you cry. I guess that I don't get it. What you say never add up. I don't wanna feel like that. I feel like I missed the bus. And now you leaving cause my past, I ain't even been fucking up. You pack my...
So at the time of the relationship, how this sounds in the story, you had done some bullshit in the past. Y'all got past whatever bullshit y'all was dealing with, and then this happens, and then she's like, "Yo, I'm leaving," and that's kind of where things leap off for you too.
Yeah, it was like so. She started trying to flip the script and trying to make me feel bad. So it was like I initially started like, yeah, like I can't do this no more. Like you just, it's just some sneaky shit about you that I had no idea what it was. Right. So I think in that part of the song, I'm like, them scars that you put on your body made me believe when you cried. So like, what happened with that? So this is like the main point of like everything. It's where a lot of shit happened. So I was at work. So at the point in this time when I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 in October of 2020, and I turned 20 in November of 2020. So during that time, I was working like over like 104 hours a week between 3 different jobs,
What
just
the
so I could
hell?
save money. Yeah, so I could save money to put it towards like, and I still kept a lot of that money. So like that's how I've been able to like get my venue, get my recording equipment, buy FL Studio, um,
Oh, you
my
really
dog.
outside? You know how many people ain't buying FL Studio?
Nah, but see, this is where I fucked up. I was like, I'm about to go all in. So I bought the package that was like a band, and I could have just got the one that was $299.
Ah, yeah. You
And
could just got a program.
I
But
was
now you
like, I
got
got
tools
all
though.
this.
You got tools
Yeah,
now that you could use.
but I ain't no producer though. I could get into it though. I
That's
probably gonna do that
that you
soon.
should, because you can go from 50% of a song to 100% of a song.
Right. But like, so I was at work, and she had texted me, and she was like, "Yo, like you should come over." And I was like, "Nah, I can't." And then I was like, "Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna go over there." But I didn't tell her I changed my mind. So I had got there, I knocked on the door, and then she ain't let me in. So instantly, I was like, yeah, it's a nigga here. I'm about to leave. I ain't even questioning. I was like, fuck this. I've been knew about this. Blah, blah, blah. So I left. I got in the car. I was leaving. And then she called me. She was crying and bawling her eyes out. Why'd you leave? Why'd you leave? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, what you mean? Why did I leave? Like, I know for a fact you got a nigga in your house, and it's cool. Like, I know how you are, or whatever. And she was like, I promise that's not what I was doing. Like, I don't know why you don't trust me. Like, I love
She
you.
pulled
Like,
that
we
out
need
of
to
sleep shit.
explore. And she was in the shower.
Oh, okay.
So I go back. You feel me? I go knock on the door. She lets me in, and what she did was she showed me her wrist, and her shit was like bloody, right? And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I ain't never did nothing like that. So I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? And she was like, that's why I didn't let you in because I was embarrassed. I didn't want you to see what I was really doing. So I'm in here trying to comfort. I talk to her. I'm like, yo, like, you don't, like, what is you doing that for? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm here for you. So then I didn't find out what was really happening until like 4 months later. So my friend, right? And he's like, when's the last time you seen blah, 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 blah? Because we was both talking to her and we didn't know she was really, feel me? So like, I was like, I haven't been over there since like, blah, 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 like on a Thursday. And he was like, nah, wait, nah, because I was over there on that day. And I was like, we was both like, what? And then I put it together like wow, she really covered up her lie of fucking somebody else by cutting herself before I came back, and then showed it to me like this is what I was really doing. And
That's
then
wild.
like
That's wild as
that's
fuck.
crazy. So then I'm like, them scars that you put on your body made me believe when you cried, because I thought that's what she was really doing. She done, and then that's what happened with that bar. That's a crazy ass story.
That
And
is.
that's genuinely on everything I love. What happened, and
I'm
like
just like, when there's stories behind the bars, that's the dope part. But it's just like, bro, like, god damn. I'm glad you have what you have now, because it's like, yo, like, a lot of people they'll make like emotive music, and then they're still going through that shit when you finally talk to them. It's like you were in a bad
yeah,
place back then, but like you're in a really good place now. Your upward mobility, all these good things, like everything's going right for you right now. So like, hey, more power to you. I do like that. That's dope as hell. I would say the final bar for me, like the one where you said the abortion bar with the what is it? He did that to his baby. What the fuck you think he do to you niggas?
that's
I like this. That's
I'm
this little nigga wild as fuck.
still crazy. All right, so where I live now, it's like what I was basically saying was like in my like so I've had well not I personally but been in a situation where there's been two abortions, and I was just like in my zone. That's the song I'm still crazy, but I was just like yo like I feel like people really been like how do I explain it? Like acting like because when you are depressed, you really like I was really trying to like avoid drama. Like I really wanted to stay out of situations. I explain that in the song Platinum Flags and Hearts. Like, I haven't been able to eat. I haven't been able to do nothing. What do I look like getting into problems with people when I can't even like? I'm gonna go make a horrible decision if I go do something in this state of mind. So I'm like, if like are y'all really like y'all really know who I am. Everything I've been through, everything that I've done, you know about. But just because it's not like I'm taking a break from violence, like I don't want to be a part of it at all. It's not like I'm taking a break, I'll be back. Like it's like I don't want to do this at all. But you gonna test me, knowing everything I've been through. It's like if I'm gonna do this, this, and this, then why don't you think I'm gonna do it to you? You really giving me a reason to. With the other shit, I didn't have no reason to. And it's like I got to a point where I was just in there like, how do I explain to people that I really do not give a fuck? And that was my way of saying that. Like I'm not about to go out of my way to do some shit, but like I really do not encourage nobody to act like I'm not gonna do it because I've been trying not to. Because I am who I am and I'm not gonna change. I said it in the beginning, I'm still crazy, I'm probably never gonna change. Or whatever. And then it's like I mean that. Everything I say in my songs I mean it. So that was my way of explaining like I don't want to do this, but like if what makes you think I'm not gonna do it? Because it's been like I live in a better place, I speak well, I wanna be a businessman, I'm making smarter decisions, but I'm not gonna change who I like my roots of how I feel, how I think, who I am. It's not like I'm crazy, but in every song I speak on like I'm a hothead. I did this. I felt bad about it, but I still did it. I felt bad the last time, but I did it again and again and again and again. And I'm not gonna change and I know that. So what is you coming at me for with like problems thinking I'm not gonna, because like it's like some recent shit where it's like it's a nigga that so I was at the pool and I'm just walking around with my shirt off, I'm about to swim and shit. And then I go back inside to do I'm literally doing yoga with my girlfriend I'm in a great mood. And it's a nigga at the pool, like he had went home because I came there because I slept with his girlfriend like 4 years ago. And then his friend over there like, nah, that's the nigga that blah 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 blah. That's the nigga that da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there, like I ain't even say nothing. I just went back in there. I was like, don't come in here. Like, please don't come in here. Cause I just felt myself like filling up with like, I'm with my girl, I'm doing yoga. I'm not trying to do nothing to nobody, but I'm like, what makes you think, like, you know me. You obviously know who I am. I don't even know who you are. I only knew who your girlfriend was. What makes you think you about to come in here and get anything off, knowing who I am? And it just bothers me. So that was my way of getting that off my chest. And that's
Okay,
that's it. That's
okay.
my story.
Hey, this boy still dealing with some problems. This nigga said 4 years ago. Hey, you was out there causing havoc in that man's life.
This shit really a week and a half ago. Like what I just said happened like a week and a half
Oh, okay.
ago.
Okay.
I think they said something like, next time we see him, we gonna jump him or some shit.
For what, bro?
Something like that.
You need to get on your homeboy for bringing up your loss like that. That's trash.
You
He's
said
got
what?
bad. I said he need to get on his homeboy for bringing up his loss like that, my
Yeah,
nigga.
why do all of your friends know that I fucked your girl? Why
is your
tell
friend
everybody?
clowning you about that? Like that don't make no sense. If he knows, he knows. But like, why is he now bringing it up like it's funny?
Like, why did you? And it's not like she didn't cheat on him with me or nothing. They wasn't even together. So I'm like, why did you bring him this up? And I was just like, you told all of your friends, that's the guy that, like, nigga, what is? It just didn't make sense to me. So that just made me mad. Everything made me mad. I was like, what was? I didn't know no motive or nothing. I'm just like, I am who I am. So if you have a problem, I really want you to come show me your problem. Like, come let me know. But I mean, like, that's it for real. Okay. I'm not worried about nobody.
That's pretty much it. I don't want you outside doing no foolishness. I would keep it all in the music. I would say,
yeah.
Hey, bro. I would say that's it for me, man. You giving me far more time than I even asked for initially. I really do appreciate that because I know, hey, you got your own life to live, so I really do appreciate you stopping by and actually being like the first person to really rock with the boy. I do appreciate that. Your fans, let them know anything you want to know right now, man. Before we wrap this up.
Shit. For real, I appreciate y'all. I respond to as many people as I can. I really like when y'all tell me specifically what it is y'all connecting with. And I look forward to being more consistent with my content and stuff because I know that's what a lot of people be asking for. And it's more to come.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. My name's Jurnalist. This is Smokey's Approved. This is the Sit Down. And yeah, it's SFE Tave. And yeah, we're out of here.
Yes.